I was ready to fight. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. So today's another story time, and this is the story of how I almost fought my coworker. No clickbait, no exaggeration. Oh, it was a whole hot mess, y'all. I'm gonna explain that. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. This happened last summer when I worked at, I'm gonna say I worked at a certain amusement park because I don't want a lawsuit. As I stated in my other story time about the same place, I'm gonna link it up here in the cards. But anyways, so I worked at this amusement park. When I worked there, I was a supervisor. That was my last year there, like working there. So 2019 was my 4th year working there overall, and my 2nd year being a supervisor there, because I had got promoted twice. So we were in the store that I was in charge of, and it was a day when we had a different lead. So a lead, their job is to help me, the supervisor, like run the store, watch over the team members and all that stuff, right? So that day I had a new lead from a different area of the park. I'm gonna call her Becky. Let's call this girl Becky, right? So all day, Becky just kind of gave me like stank vibes. Like, I don't know what was off with her, but she was just giving me some weird juju mess. I wasn't with it. I would tell her to do something and she would just kind of like, oh, whatever, like I guess I'll do it. This girl just had a stank ass attitude. She just was not with it, and it was bringing me down. I'm like, all right, I'm not with it, so whatever. I was trying to talk to her and be nice, and she just was kind of standoffish, and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So later on in that day, it was like towards closing time, my friend, my team member, who's my friend who worked under me, like my employee, she was doing a return. Now for a return, you need a lead or a supervisor to override it with their badge. So I had like scanned it to authorize the return, and then whole time Becky's over here like watching me do this whole return transaction, and I'm just there like, all right, cool, I don't care that she's watching me, probably trying to learn, because she had just got promoted to the lead. She was a brand new lead, so I'm like, all right, cool. She's just trying to watch me and shout at me or whatever. As my friend, the team member, the cashier, as she was doing the return, she was like, oh, can I text my ride and ask to get picked up? And I'm like, oh, sure, girl, you good. So my friend goes in the back room to text her ride or whatever. And a little while goes by, like a minute or so goes by, and I'm like, yo, like what's taking this girl so long? So I go check on my friend. She's still trying to get a hold of her ride. These people are waiting outside to get their refund, and I'm just like, all right, what do I do? Because here's the thing, you are not allowed to go in a team member's register and like take out the money and give it to somebody else. Only the person on the register can do that. But this one time I was like, yo, people are waiting, like there's gonna be a line soon. It was closing time, there's gonna be a line soon. So this one time, literally, I just gave them the refund. I gave them the change and the refund or whatever, and they were on their merry way. Now mind you, Becky behind me, she didn't ask like, is that okay? Can I do that? Is that okay for a lead to do that? She never once said this. No. So that's what, child, just talking about it gets me heated all over again because, oh my gosh. Okay, so a couple days later, my friend who runs a different area, she's a supervisor in a different area of the park. So my friend comes to me and she's like, Kayla, did you tell Becky she could take money out of a team member's register? And I'm like, my disbelief, I can't even tell y'all. I was just sitting there like, who, me? I was so pissed. I was like, oh my God. So I'm like, no, I didn't. And she goes, she went in someone's register yesterday and she said that you said it was okay. And I'm like, hold the fuck. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Because not only did this girl lie, she lied on me to save her own ass. And There are a few things that get me really mad. Like, mind y'all, I'm not a very angry person usually, but nothing makes me more mad than a liar. Like, you're lying on my name instead of taking responsibility for your own actions. Like, how'd I go, sis? How'd I go? Because I really want to know. And at this point, I'm like, I'm over here like, I never told her I did that. Like, she's lying. This bitch is lying. She's lying on my name. Like, what the when I heard this, I was livid. I was ready to fight. No joke. I was ready to walk up to that girl right that second and ask her, like, why'd you lie on my name? Like, why'd you lie on my name to make yourself look good? Like, throw me under the bus to save your, like, no. And not only did she tell my friend that, like, it got around to our bosses, like our bosses, like above us. So I'm over here looking like a dumbass in front of the whole department. Like, because of this girl lying on my name and tarnishing my reputation, making me look like I'm incompetent when really she's the one that's incompetent. Like, oh, and mind you, I have been working there for 4 years. I was in management for 3 years. I was a supervisor for 2 years. So I knew what I was doing. Now, mind you, I shouldn't have went in the register of my friend, but I never told her it was okay. She didn't ask me, oh, can I do that? Is that okay? None of that. So she should have clarified instead of assuming, because y'all know what they say about assuming. Y'all know what they say. So I was really about to go and confront this girl because ain't no way about a lie make me look dumb. Like, no. So it was a couple days later. My friend, a different friend that works there, she tells me that this girl quits on the spot. I'm like, I know you fucking lie. I was like, stop playing with me, because I was trying to confront this girl. I was trying to confront her. Is she gonna go quit on the spot? Like, she's scary. She's scary for that, because I was ready to go up to her, no funny shit. I'm usually not confrontational, but in this scenario, I wanted all the smoke. I wanted all of it. So I'm there tight because I'm like, I couldn't even get to say a word to this girl before she dipped. Like, why? Why she gotta go quit? When I was trying to, like, why? So I'm just like, I'm like, cut the cameras because that's annoying. I wasn't really about to approach this girl because, oh child, y'all don't understand. Like, nothing, that shit pisses me off. Like, oh my God, I was so livid. So fast forward a couple days later. So I'm in the office, like where our department clocks in and stuff. My friend comes in and she tells me, oh, Becky's in the park today as a guest. Now I literally said this out loud verbatim. I was like, oh, word, it's on site. Cause I didn't even think before I said it, cause that switch just flicked on, like the fight mode switch just flick, it was on site. And all the team members are waiting to clock in the office and they're just looking at me like, this bitch is crazy. And my boss was in the office too, like she was in her office next to me, and I was like, I backtracked real fast. I was like, I'm just playing, y'all. Y'all know I'm just playing, but I wasn't playing. If I saw that girl, I would have approached her. I would have talked to her. I would have confronted her. Now, I couldn't have put hands on her on the clock. Mind y'all, I don't fight. I don't physical fight. But if I want to go off on you, I will go off on you. Like, I will cuss you out if I get to a certain point. And I was reaching that point. Like, my boiling point was here. I was like right here. Like, I was ready to pop off if I saw that girl. For real. Unfortunately, I never got to talk to her because her scary ass had to go and quit. So that is a story of how my coworker almost caught these hands, because she really would have, or at the very least she would have got cussed out for sure. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. If y'all want more story times, let me know in the comments, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye.